Welcome back to my channel. So for today, we will be discussing about slope of a line. So kung hindi ka pa nakapag-subscribe sa aking channel, don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Okay, so when we say slope of a line, ito po yung steepness nung line. So if you are given this line, you will be asked kung gaano siya katarik. Okay? So yun po yung slope na tinatawag. So halimbawa, aakyat ka sa bundok na ganito ang katarik at ganito katarik. So, if you are asked to anong bundok ang mas madaling akyatin, syempre ito. Kasi hindi siya ganun katarik. Whereas in the mountain that looks like this, mas mahirap siyang akyatin. Kasi matarik masyado. So, yun po yung application ng slope sa real life. Okay? So, when we say slope, it is actually rise over run. So, later on, we will discuss kung paano siya ginagamit. Okay, so dun muna tayo sa formula niya. So, yung formula niya ay y sub 2 minus y sub 1, or ito yung value ito yung values for the ordinates. Then, sa denominator, we have x sub 2 minus x sub 1, or yung values ng abscissa. So, for example, you are asked to find the slope of the line containing points 3, 7, and negative 2, 5. So, first things first is to identify sino yung first point mo at sino yung second point mo. Okay? So, let us say, ito yung naisip mo na first point. Okay? So, if this is your first point, that will be x sub 1, y sub 1. Or, ito yung unang abscissa, ito yung unang ordinate. Okay? Yung second point mo, ito yung pangalawang abscissa, ito yung pangalawang ordinate. Kasi nga, kaya siya may sub 1 kasi first point, sub 2 kasi second point. Now, let us use now the formula. Okay? So, in our formula, we have here the slope, or m. Y sub 2. Our y sub 2 here is 5. So, you put 5 here. Then, minus. Don't forget the minus sign. Our y sub 1 is 7. So, you put 7 here. Then, all over, our x sub 2 is negative 2. So, I will use parentheses. Every time na may parentheses tayo na negative na ilalagay doon, we put parentheses, okay? Then minus, our x sub 1 is 3. So, ang ginawa lang natin, nag-substitute tayo ng values dun sa formula. So, again, y sub 2 minus y sub 1. So, 5 minus 7. Then, x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So, x sub 2, negative 2 minus 3. So, ayun siya. Now, let us solve by using laws in subtracting integers. Okay? So, in laws in subtracting integers, magbabago po yung sign ng subtrahend. So, positive 7 will be negative, then proceed ka sa addition. Okay? So, next, here, your 3 is positive, so it will be negative, then proceed ka sa addition. So, apply mo na yung rule sa addition. So, 5 plus negative 7, magkaiba ng sign. So, magpa-minus tayo. 7 minus 5 is 2. And since the bigger number is negative here, so you put negative. Then, in the denominator, we have here negative 2 plus negative 3. Since they are both negative, you copy the sign, then add them. So, we have 5. Now, if you are to divide negative by negative, the answer is positive. So, ang final answer dito ay 2 over 5. Okay? So, never forget that. If you have a negative number here and a negative number in the denominator, your final answer must be a positive number. Okay, so 2 over 5. So, let us try to graph this or plot the points here. So, lagay ko lang dito para may guide tayo. 3, 7, and negative 2, 5. Tapos, ang slope natin ay 2 over 5. Okay? So, let me just erase this part. So, what we're going to do now is to graph. Okay? Or, ipa-plot natin yung points natin. Okay, so let us say ito yung ating y-axis. So, ito naman yung ating x-axis. So, pwedeng mas mahaba pataas. Kasi pwede naman siyang i-extend. Okay, positive 3, positive 7. So, ito yung x natin, ito yung y. Positive, positive. So, ito ay quadrant 1. So, makikita mo siya dito. Negative, positive. So, negative, positive. So, this will be quadrant 2. So, let's start plotting point 3, 7. So, 3 kay x. ito yung y, 7. So, 3 kay x, positive. So, let's say ito yung 1, 2, 3. So, ito yung 3 kay x. Tapos, 7 kay y, pataas kasi positive. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, let's say ito yung 7. So, kung saan yung intersection nila, nandun po yung point natin. So, ito yung point 37. Okay? So, lagyan lang natin siya ng ordered pair. Now, si point negative 2, 5, nasa quadrant 2 kasi negative positive. So, negative 2, so let's say negative 1, negative 2 kay x. Ito kasi yung x, ito yung y. So, negative 2 kay x, so 1, 2. Then, positive 5 kay y, so you go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, kung ito yung 5, ito yung negative 2, nandito yung second point natin. So, siya si negative 2, positive 5. Okay, so if we are to put a line connecting those points, ito siya. Now, sino si slope? Our slope is 2 over 5. Okay? So, positive si 2, positive si 5. So, meaning to say, di ba ang slope natin ay rise over run? So, let's start with this point. Okay? So, if this is your starting point, ang rise natin, you go up. Pag sinabing run, it's either, kapag sinabing rise, it's either you go up or you go down. Depende sa value kung positive or negative. Pag run, ito naman yung value kay x. Kasi kung babalikan nyo yung formula ni slope kanina, yung nasa numerator, nandun yung y, values ni y. Tapos sa denominator, nandun naman yung values kay x. Okay, kaya ito yung horizontal line, ito yung vertical line kasi yung ang y-axis natin pag ganyan, ang x-axis natin pag ganyan. Okay. So, kung ang ating slope ay positive 2, start tayo dito. So, positive 2. So, rise, positive. So, you go up. So, you go up 2 times. So, that will be 1, 2. Okay, next. You run 5 times to the right kasi positive, 'di ba? Ang positive sa x-axis nasa right. So we go 5 units to the right. So after here, we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Tatapatan nyo lang yung units na nandun sa x-axis. Okay? So kung mapapansin mo, you go from this point to have the other point, we go up 2 times and we go 5 units to the right to get your second point. Okay, same goes here. If you start from here, you just go up 2 times, then you go 5 times to the right to get the third point. Okay, so dun po yung idea kung ano ibig sabihin ng rise over run or ng slope. Okay, let's have another example of finding the slope, then graphing or plotting the points, and then identifying the rise over run. Okay, let us find the slope. So, find the slope of the line with points negative 1, 1, and 1, negative 2. So, do not forget the formula for slope, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Okay. So, kung medyo lalilito pa, sulat natin yung formula dito. So, m or slope is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So, yan yung formula niya. And then, if this is your first point, ito yung x sub 1, y sub 1. So, x and y, pero sub 1 pareho kasi first point. Ito yung x, ito yung y. But since this is your second point, siya yung may sub 2. Okay? Now, let us substitute the values in the formula. So, y sub 2 minus y sub 1. So, negative 2 minus 1. So, you put parentheses for negative minus 1. In the denominator, x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So, So x sub 2 is here, 1 minus negative 1. 1 minus negative 1. Then apply the laws in subtracting integers. Your 1 here is positive, so you make it negative, then proceed to addition. Your 1 here is negative, so it will be positive, proceed to addition. So let us solve. Negative 2 plus negative 1, that will be negative 3. Copy the sign, then add. Here, we have 1 plus 1, kasi positive na siya, so that will be 2. So this will be our slope. So ano ibig sabihin ng negative dito? Diba siya si rise? So pag sinabing negative, it's, instead of going up, you go down. Okay? So you go down 3 times. And then, since your run here is positive, sa x-axis tayo, kasi diba pag tumatakbo tayo, pa-horizontal lang naman. Okay, so if your run here is positive, then you go to the right 2 times. Okay, so let us now plot the points. So in plotting the points, dito na lang para hindi natin kailangan ng malaki-laki na slope, ay na graph. So, ito yung y-axis natin. So, let us have here your x-axis. So, ito yung x, ito yung y. So, the first point is negative 1, 1. So, negative kay x, positive kay y. So, negative 1, positive 1. So, ibig sabihin, nandito yung first point natin. Our second point is 1, negative 2. Positive kay x, 1. So, let's say ito yon. Tapos, negative 2 kay y. So, we go down. 1, 2. So, if this is negative 2, this is positive 1. So, ito yung intersection. This will be your second point. Now, let us connect the two. Okay. So, after connecting the two, let us identify if tama talaga yung slope natin. Okay. So, let us have the point here. So, sabi dyan, you go down 3 times kasi negative yung 3 mo. So, you go down 3 times. So, that will be first unit, second, then third. Okay? So, you go here, first unit, second, then third. Then, after going down 3 times, you go 2 times to the right. So, that will be 1, then 2. So, tama-tama lang. So, we go down 3 times. So, 1, 2, 3. Then, you go to the right 2 times. So, nandito yung second point. So, if you are asked to identify kung nasaan yung isa pang point, so, lagpasan lang natin to kung gusto mo bumaba ulit. So, from here, you go down 3 times. So, that will be 1, 2, 3. Okay? So, you go down 3 times from this point kasi ito na yung next point natin. So, you go down 3 times. You have 1, 2, 3. So, you go down 3 times. And then, you go 2 times to the right. So, ito yung first unit. Ito yung second unit. So, you go 2 times to the right. So, nandito yung third point natin. So, kung nandun yung third point natin, pwede mo na natin i-extend yung line natin. Kasi nandun na yung third point. So, yung mga points natin ay ito, tsaka ito. So, because of the slope, you can identify the other points on the line.